So this is a 2015 and a half Duramax, and I couldn't find any videos on how to change the oil filter. I mean, not the oil filter, the fuel filter. And I mean, they're all basically the same, but basically you're gonna take your fender well out, and it's just all these little guys right here. I'll take all those out and just lay it down. You don't take it nowhere, and just take it out. And I already put the new filter in because I didn't want to waste a bunch of time trying to get it on film. But basically, this plug right here, just like any other Duramax, you're just gonna unplug that, and you're gonna spin your filter off with just a filter wrench. You know, it's the hose kind of wrench. Take it off. It's not very tight, but it's real hard to get to because on the new Duramaxes, they have all these wiring harnesses in the way. So what I did is I undid the filter wrench, and I kind of snaked it behind there, and then brought it back around here so I get it through, because this is really the only little spot you have enough room to break it loose. And once you break it loose, it's real easy. Just like half a turn, a quarter of a turn, it'll break it loose, and you can just spin it off. Then you'll have your water sensor, your water fuel sensor. It goes down here. You can throw the old O-ring away, and make sure this part comes out of the old filter too. If it's not in the filter, when you take it out, you're gonna have to reach up there on the truck and pull it off, or you're gonna double up. The same thing with the O-ring on the old filter right there. It's just AC Delco. Muddy. But and you're just gonna come back in here, and once you I mean, any let's see, O'Reilly's has them. It's the AC Delco, it's the OEM part, and I have a fast, so I'm gonna be doing a fuel filter delete pretty soon, because the fast 150s actually filter down way better than the stock filters do, but I still don't want to have a burnout filter, you know, blocking fuel, getting the engine, getting the CP4 before I change that. But just go ahead and grease up the filters, the filter O-rings, the small one for the fuel sensor right there, and the one at the top. And actually on these trucks, the O-ring should be about the same size, so it should stick up in there pretty good. I don't really have to worry about it falling off. Now what I did was I actually put the filter in first, through here, this little gap right here, fed it in first. Then I just came around here and I slid my O-ring on, and it was real hard to get it to seat up here. But you know, I got frustrated a little bit, but finally you just play around with it long enough, it's not too hard. Get it up there and it'll screw back on, then just tighten it up. Doesn't have to be too tight, just snug it up. Same thing with this one. Right here, they have a special wrench for that actually, that it bites it on all sides. But since I'm gonna be putting a cap on this anyway, I'm not real worried about chewing this up. But if you're not gonna delete the fuel filter, be careful with this, because you can actually chew it up, make it real hard to get off. And then that's pretty much it. Actually, not quite yet, because see your air box up here. That's it. You got to take that out so that you can access your primer and your bleed screw right there. Now, I really don't know how many times to pump it. To be honest with you, just pump it till the fuel comes out of there. You'll hear the air come out. But if you have a fast 150, just turn your ignition on without turning the truck on. Let it run for a couple seconds. It'll pressurize this in no time, and you won't even have to worry about the air. It'll be perfectly fine. I think that pretty much covered everything. Yes, the truck's dirty because all this diesel, I need to wipe that up, because this is the first time I actually replaced the filter on this truck since I had the fast. So I didn't know that was going to be really pressurized like that. But yeah, if you got a fast 150, see, the thing is, these two filters right here, water separator and the fuel filter from fast, they filter down way smaller than the stock fuel filter dies. So I mean, you think it might be all right, but I mean, if the fast was after this filter, yeah, it would make sense keeping it, I guess. But since this filter is after the fast, since like the fast filter's right out of the fuel tank, there's really no point in keeping this. You know, I mean, you're just adding one more thing for fuel to have to flow through. That's just something to think about. But I mean, all in all, not hard. I'm just gonna go ahead and button my fender well back up, and that's that. That's a fuel filter change on a 2015 and a half Duramax. Peace out.